on the heartbeat of America.
Hi, and thank you for stopping by. You have to forgive me, my throat's a little coarse today. Uh, anyway, I wanted to do a video on the coronavirus and how it's going to change the way we do things, and especially how it's going to change how we look at people and how we work from the ground floor up to try to rebuild ourselves. The reason I'm saying this is because earlier today I came across a video, or I came across an article that talked about how major cities are going to be rezoning, possibly changing so they could make affordable housing, which led me to this question: affordable for who exactly? In Seattle, they have reclassified what is considered low income due to the high cost of living there. Now, if you're a single adult and you're making 60 grand a year, which under normal circumstances, a single person making 60,000 a year should be able to live quite comfortably. But in cities such as Seattle, which I suppose they're trying to be like a San Francisco crossed with New York, I suppose that when you are living in a city where they love everything being expensive now, which I just had a talk with one of the city council members about this the other day on Facebook. I asked a question and she never responded back, but I asked a question. We were in a dialogue. And so I asked her this question. I said, what type of city do you want Seattle to be? Do you want it to be a rich city with people like Fraser Crane floating around? Or do you want it to be a city where it can be enjoyed by everybody? And she never responded. And the reason I asked that was because they become modern and they become overpriced. They think because a lot of people are making good money that the whole city of Seattle is making good money. And because the ones making the good money can afford to pay more for an item, they assume everybody in Seattle can afford it. Just because you pay for something, that doesn't mean you can afford to pay for it. Just because you can pay $5 for a gallon of milk, that doesn't necessarily mean that you can afford that. Now, I'm not down on anybody making money. I get it. Farmers need to make money. The eggs and the milk, and maybe $5 a gallon is the right price for milk. Maybe I'm just used to getting it cheap. Eggs, 79 cents a dozen, or for 18, $1.89. Maybe the eggs are too cheap. Maybe they should be $5 a dozen. Maybe. So it's like, who gets the most out of what, and where does the money go to? Now, in the case of the stores that sell, just recently, one of the stores that I shop at had said that because of the coronavirus, they had to up the cost of the product a bit in order to offset with the coronavirus and the fact that they couldn't bring as much to the store as quickly as possible. Now, my question is this: how much of that $5 for a carton of eggs is the farmer receiving from his cut? Or is he still getting the same as he did before and the stores are making buku dollars? I don't know about that. If you do, if you have any idea, please put a comment below downstairs. Put it downstairs. If you know something about the cost of living and how much apartments are in Seattle and whichever city you're in. Please put it in a comment below. I'd love to talk to you about it. What I'm going to do in the next few days is look up some information because right now I'm dealing with Seattle. But I know that all of America is struggling because of the virus, of the coronavirus pandemic. But right now, what I'm doing is I'm working with Seattle because that's where my heart's at. I love Seattle to death. If I could be there till the end of time, it would be great. It's just a gorgeous city, and I love every part of it. Um, but quick thing, one of the things we talked about, me and the councilwoman, one of the things we talked about was the Sam's Clubs that are open, that are not open to the public. They're just there, and how it's good to bring the homeless off the street and out of the shelters into this great big huge encampment. There's three Sam's Clubs that are available that are not being used. They're just sitting there. She said that they brought this up. She brought this up in meetings last year about the idea of putting people in the shelters, turning the Sam's Clubs into a shelter. Now, upon doing that, Salvation Army, Union Gospel Mission, and there's a couple other shelters that are in the Pioneer Square area that are not going to like this because it's going to take money out of their pocket. But I'm not into making people comfortable money wise. I'm into trying to fix the issue at hand, which with the coronavirus, homeless people, they do not afford the ability to be able to go home and shut the door behind them when they get in, shut the door and lock it, and just relax. They can't do that because they're out on the street. And if they are sick, it'll be hard to tell, and they could be passing the virus around, and it could get really, really deadly in Seattle. So I mentioned that, and she never responded back, but that's par for the course. I'm not saying they're not doing their job, but they could be doing their job a little bit better. Anyway, if you have anything that you would like to discuss, put it in the comments below. If you like my videos and you think I'm doing a fairly good job and I'm doing something interesting, give me a thumbs up. If you do hit a thumbs down button, please just jog a comment and say, hey, your comment wasn't, or your videos weren't interesting to me. I do this for myself to give me something to do and also maybe help you, the great citizens of the world. Much love and prayer to everybody that comes here. May you be healthy and safe. And if you know anybody that's sick or you have any family that's sick, my prayers go out to you. Also to the ones that have had family that have passed away, I pray for you that you are eased and that a little bit of comfort is brought to you in a way that would make you feel at ease as you're going through this. Anyway, I'm going to let you go on that note. This has been just another quick video I wanted to do. Well, it's not really quick. It's 8 minutes and almost 9 minutes. So I just wanted to say, have a good night, America, Seattle, and all points beyond.